For years, Disney was known as an expensive place to travel to, but was within reach for most families if they did some saving and some budgeting. And for many families across the world, going to Walt Disney World is a dream come true. Over the last several years, however, Disney's price hikes have gotten outrageous, putting Walt Disney World out of reach budgetarily for the majority of families, including additional upcharges for things that used to be included, such as Magical Express or free fast passes. And of course, that Disney food price that has gone up over the years too. But the outrageous prices of Disney's newest food location, well, this takes the cake. Talk about the Cake Bake Shop at Disney. The Cake Bake Shop, long awaited for. This is a long awaited location. It replaced the ESPN zone. So what you're looking at behind me, that location used to be the ESPN zone at Walt Disney World. It was on the boardwalk. It made sense. The boardwalk's theme is like supposed to be, I think, like a New Jersey type boardwalk, somewhere in the Northeast. It's more general than the specific location, although it has some things in it like the elephant that were at specific locations. But more of a hangout type place. So they had a restaurant called Big River. They had which casual food, burgers and stuff like that, and just casual American food. I think I never ate at Big River. Wasn't particularly a popular restaurant. ESPN Zone was fairly popular. You go there, watch sports, big sports bar area, lots of televisions around and stuff. This Cake Bake Shop that's replaced it, this looks like, really, really does, and I'm not telling you, it looks like Grand Floridian. As a matter of fact, Dan's Life with the Kingdom, it felt like Grand Floridian walking inside the bakery. It absolutely does. It feels like you're at the Grand Floridian. Now, these are all deluxe resorts. Boardwalk is a deluxe resort. Beach Club, Yacht Club, those are all deluxe resorts around Crescent Lake. Even the Swan and Dolphin are those high-level resorts. They're just not Disney resorts. Seeing all the fluff pieces talking up the Cake Bake Shop, sorry, but no one is going to convince me of the value in eating there. And yes, and that's what we're going to talk about now. My first review that I'm going to bring up, and that's what we're going to do here, is bring up the reviews for the Cake Bake Shop. My first review is actually out of Facebook, and here's the story. So we're gonna read this review, and I thought this was one of the most fair reviews that I've ever seen as far as a Disney place is concerned. It's not great, it's not horrible, it's a very fair review. This is Char Panino Mies, top contributor. Well, I waited since Thursday to write my review for what it's worth. So we had no idea there was a soft opening of the Cake Bake Shop, so we thought we could get in on a big thing. We read the reviews about the pricing, but again, let's give it a try. I know the owner has a cult following, and we watched women walking around taking pictures, some with daughters like they were at an American Doll store. I ordered the broccoli quiche. It was the lightest I've had. The taste was great. My husband had the chicken gumbo. He said it was wonderful and would order again. Our daughter had a cheeseburger, enough said. Dessert was pumpkin chocolate cake, a ginger cinnamon roll, and key lime pie. Now I'm going to tell you, knowing the pricing, that's probably about a $150 meal at least. With those few items, it's probably about a $150 meal. All were good, but let me say it this way. If you're looking for a cake like you've had fresh out of the box, this is not the cake you're going to get. It's not a bad cake. It's quite fresh. Just a heavier cake. The frosting is light, even though it looked thick. We went once, and this is the only time we will be there. And you can kind of see the pictures. The quiche looks burnt on top a little bit. Nothing in these pictures screamed to me that quiche should be $30 or the gumbo should be $25, $30, whatever. Those are the prices of this stuff. And I'm not giving you the exact prices. The menu is available, but and then looking at the cake, there's 6 3/4-inch layers, and then there are bigger layers on the other cake. So is it good cake? Sure, it's good cake, but is it $25 a slice value cake? And that's what I'm looking at. And I'm going, I don't see that cake is a $25 a slice value. And I say 25 because it's like 23 plus tax. So you're going to pay $25 for a piece of cake there. And that's the other thing. Is like you can go to Gideon's at Disney Springs and get one of these giant slices of cake for $9. And Amaret's Patisserie also cost maybe a little bit less for also some very, very fancy cake. So I don't know what is the thing with fancy cake? Is that like a trend right now? Fancy cake? Maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm going to share this out of mickeyblog.com, and we've got a quick review of the bakery portion. More Magic Listress. So this is out of mickeyblog.com. Review, come with us to the new Cake Bake Shop Bakery at Disney's Boardwalk by Jess Landers on October the 24th. So this morning, Cake Bake Shop finally opened on Disney's Boardwalk. There you can see a picture of the Cake Bake Shop. New addition to Disney World. This morning, bakery is open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. The restaurant open at 4 o'clock. In the future, the bakery will be open daily from 7 to 11, and the restaurant will be open from 7 to 11 a.m. for breakfast and 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. for lunch and dinner. The atmosphere. The atmosphere inside the Cake Bake Shop Bakery is breathtaking. Truly, yes, it is breathtaking. Exactly, it looks like it should be at the Grand Floridian. It's bright and soft with ornate chandeliers overhead. Yes, you do feel like you just walked into a Millionaire's Row place. You've got these ornate chandeliers, pastel colors. You feel like you're in something out of the Princess Diaries or something like that. You've got a variety of baked goods as well as all of these different gift merchandise things. We've got a reusable bag we made our purchase durable enough to withstand many future shopping trips, as all reusable bags of this nature are supposed to be. And this little guy has a whole backstory known as Brûlé, the story that flies. He flies around the Cake Bake Shop at night, dropping pixie dust in the morning. Cake Bake Shop cast members can collect pixie dust and give it to guests to make wishes. I don't know how much they said that is. But the baked goods, after you shop around, he says, the slices are around from $23 to $25 a slice plus tax. So that's 25 and up, really, with tax. There's also French macaroons, such as rose, birthday, raspberry, champagne, chocolate, caramel, $4.50 each for a macaroon. Chocolate chip cookies are $7 each for a chocolate chip cookie. We spotted chocolate truffles for $6 each. And magic bars are $14 each. I actually like magic bars. But I don't know if I'm going to pay $14 for a single magic bar. I can go to Publix and get magic bars for less. Walnut brownie for $12. Gluten-free brownie for $12. Gluten-free Marie Antoinette for $15. Lemon bar, $14. Raspberry jam crumble. I know I'm going through these fast. But basically, it's a bunch of really, really high price. Not to mention the fact that if you go inside Epcot, you can go to the French Bistro and get a lot of these types of things for much less money. A slice of blueberry, what is this? A slice of blueberry crumb cake is $9. So there you go. There's some somewhat more reasonable slice things, but then now you're getting to the big cakes, which are $23 to $25 per slice. And I think they're a little over $150 per cake if you decide that you want to buy an entire cake. I think I saw pricing of $200+ for some of the cakes. We ended up with a chocolate chip cookie, gluten-free Marie Antoinette, and a slice of key lime pie. A slice of Gwendolyn's famous Earl's Court chocolate cake, Pixie Fetty birthday cake, and a small unsweetened iced tea. So here's their haul that they did on Mickey Blog. There's the picture of it. The key lime pie was fantastic, yet very much unlike traditional key lime pie. The inside had a mousse consistency, and it was overall palatably tart, light, and fluffy, with a vibrant yet not overpowering lime flavor. The crust was perfectly moist, plus crumbly and buttery. This came highly recommended by the bakery. So that's their key lime pie. This might be our new favorite chocolate chip cookie, light and slightly chewy in the best way with perfect amount of chocolate chips. There was also a dash of salt on the top that cut a little of the cookie sweetness and richness. It was on the thinner side and perfectly baked. And notice that for $7, you get a single chocolate chip cookie that is the size of a small girl's hand. I'm sure that would look much smaller in my big hand. So Gwendolyn's famous not mostly, moist vanilla cake with birthday sprinkles. It had light flavor, forward notes, and the buttercream was very light. It was nice and almost pretty to eat. Go and show you might have something to say about whether that was too pretty to eat or not. The Magic Bar was a childhood favorite of ours, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia. I don't really know why. It was very coconut forward. The toasted coconut, a gooey center, butterscotch combined with perfect texture. We really got a thick slice too, so it'd be easy to share among friends. And finally, the gluten-free Marie Antoinette was a huge macaroon. It was very light with a lot of subtle floral undertones in the buttercream. The macaroon itself was vanilla, and it was nice and crispy on the outside, yet tender on the inside, and the raspberry added a burst of freshness. All the desserts at the Cake Bake Shop are served with glitter on top, and everything we tried was fantastic overall. We could really taste the high quality ingredients and the bakery experience, and the service was also top notch, as it should be when you're paying that price. For example, the employees opened the door for us, were extremely helpful answering our questions, providing recommendations. I did not have the same experience as I had to wait out in the heat for about half an hour before going in, and the sun was directly on my face before they even let me in the shop. If you're doing the math before taxes, now here's where we get to the crux of the matter. Our food, these desserts, were total was almost $100. This is where wording counts. Essentially, you will splurge a bit on your visit to the Cake Bake Shop, but the quality and ambiance were definitely worth the price. Well, that is where I think a lot of us are going to disagree with this type of review. $100 for a couple desserts. Okay. Splurge a bit. Most people in today's economy, a dozen eggs is like $5-6. Okay. So this isn't splurging a bit. This is splurging a lot. A lot for the majority of people. If you're catering to the upper middle class, the lower wealthy class, and all the upper classes above that, you're fine. But if you're trying to cater to the majority of people in the United States and definitely in the world, you're missing the mark in a big way. If it were half the price, it might be worth it, and it might be considered a splurge. If all those desserts cost $50-$60 for that many desserts, maybe, but $100, that's a lot. I gotta get back to the chat so I can see your guys' chat, but I'm thinking for me that is a lot. Now I might go in and for $4.50 try a single macaroon. I don't know. All I'm saying is that if I have $100 to spend on dessert, do you realize that I could get 3 full-size sheet cakes at that price at Publix, or 3 of the big cakes at Publix? Cakes that would likely be better in quality and taste better, and Publix is just around the corner from Walt Disney World. I feel like it might fit in at Grand Floridian theming wise. It doesn't, to me, really fit in at the Boardwalk, although people going to the Boardwalk do have a lot of money. Boardwalk, by the way, is phenomenal theming. It's great theming for a resort. This just feels like, look, Boardwalk. Oh, look, I'm in the Grand Floridian for 2 seconds. So I guess if you want a piece of the Grand Floridian at the Boardwalk, this is great. However, you might be better off to go to the actual Grand Floridian if you're going to spend this kind of money, where you have choices like Citrico's, Narcoossee's, or of course Victoria and Albert's. For my family and me, however, I would say that the Cake Bake Shop is definitely a place we are going to skip and find a nice $5 piece of cake somewhere, or even a $9 huge slice at Gideon's. Thank you so much for coming in, checking out this video. Make sure that you do, please, before you head out the door, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and of course, click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm, and you'll get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. Thank you so much, and until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao!